In 2002, there was a movie called Scooby-Doo. It was a live-action movie about Scooby-Doo and the gang. You know, those mystery-solving kids, and those stupid meddling kids and the damn dog. They always solve mysteries and catch ghosts and monsters. Scooby-Doo needs no introduction, though. But in the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie, there's a character named Melvin Doo. Now, I have a little theory about this man. Melvin Doo is kind of like a joke character. He was only in, like, 2 scenes. One, he had a speaking role, and the other, he just stood there and didn't do anything. Now, the scene plays out like this. The first scene that Melvin Doo is in starts out like this. The bartender gets a phone call, and he says, "I'm looking for Mr. Doo." And then this weird random man stands up and says, "Melvin Doo?" And he says, "No, Scooby." And then Melvin Doo is seen later, towards the end of the movie, where Scrappy is yelling for Scooby-Doo. And Scooby looks over and points at good old Melvin Doo and says, "What about Melvin Doo?" You know, I'm sorry, I can't do a good Scooby-Doo voice. But it made me think. There's nobody that I know in the world of, the actual world today. I don't know anybody in the whole world with the last name of Doo. And it kind of made me think, is Melvin Doo part of the Doo clan? Is he part of Scrappy Doo or Scooby Doo or Scooby Dumb? And I know that last one doesn't make sense because it's dumb and not Doo, but he's still part of the group because, he looks like Scooby but dumber. That explanation probably made no sense to you, but it kind of did in my head. But anyways, enough of that. That's enough of the shit. Anyways, my theory is kind of branching off another theory. The theory that in the beginning, the Doo clan, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dumb, and Scrappy-Doo, were originally humans. Well, maybe not them themselves were humans. I think the theory goes that the ancestors were humans. But then they were then a curse was put on them, and they were doomed to be dogs. And they have to go around catching the ghosts and monsters to lift... Like, they have to catch every single ghost and monster costume to lift the curse and become human again. And with every generation, they become more human-like. Scooby-Dumb is obviously the oldest one. He speaks pretty well. You can understand him well. But he's more dog-like. He's more stupid or dumb, as his name suggests. Scooby-Doo, he can do almost anything a human can do. He can stand up on 2 legs if he wanted to, but mainly stays on 4. And he has a little bit of a speech impediment. He replaces certain words with, like, the first letter of certain words with the word R. Somewhat close to my speech impediment, except I can't actually say the word R correctly. It just sounds stupid to other people. But enough of that. That's not the topic of this. And Scrappy-Doo is the most human of them all. He walks on 2 legs, and he speaks perfect English. Now, the thing with Melvin Doo, I think that Melvin Doo was supposed to be turned into a dog, but he wasn't there on the day of the cursing, so he never got cursed himself. Now you might be thinking, but later in the movie, his soul got taken away by the demons or whatever they're called from Spooky Island. Yes, but maybe, just maybe, he's impervious to curses. Or maybe he just wasn't there for the day that the curse happened. My idea for this is that Melvin Doo is a part of the Scooby-Doo gang, or Scooby-Doo's generation, you know. And dogs, if you think about it, they have multiple generations in a human's lifespan. I'm not quite certain how many generations a dog has within one human life, but I assume it's probably maybe around, I want to say 7 or 8, maybe 9. I'm not really sure. Or even 9 or 10. Like I said, I'm not sure about the math. I did not research the math, but I can do that anyways later. But, maybe, just maybe, Melvin Doo was one of the original, like, the original people. He was supposed to be and maybe Scooby and Scrappy and Scooby-Dum are immortal themselves. Scooby-Doo's been around for over 50 years. Just slightly over 50 years. And he's still alive. Now, we don't know about Scooby-Dum because we haven't seen him, I want to say, since the 70s or 80s, so maybe Scooby-Dum passed away. We haven't seen Scrappy in a good while either. He has been shown in cameos in Mystery Incorporated, but like Fred said, we don't like to talk about him. Maybe something happened with him. Maybe, just maybe, he figured out how to undo the curse, and maybe Scrappy became Melvin. But then again, you might be thinking, but Dr. Diamond, Melvin Doo and Scrappy Doo were in the exact same movie. They were in the exact same scene. You're right. But maybe after that whole scene, maybe the real Melvin Doo, like the one in the movie, died somehow. And maybe Scrappy Doo kind of transformed into him. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore with this fucking theory. But I just want to know, where was Melvin at? Did he maybe die along with some of the Spooky Island people? Because we haven't seen Spooky Island in almost 20 years, in 19 years. No, 18. Keep wanting to say it came out in 2001, but it didn't. But Melvin Doo remains a mystery. Is he part of the Scooby-Doo clan just because his last name is Doo? Does he have any connection with Scooby whatsoever? The world may never know.